Hmm.
I've been trying for like 7 minutes and it just will not load. I'm like, well, let me just put it on my phone just in case.
Oh, I was going to say it's on. It
Yeah,
can
it's
say,
on my phone because I can't pull it up on my computer.
hmm. Well, we are traveling home from Wisconsin, where we've been for 5 days,
How's
and
that?
Cameron, Missouri, and picked up my grand dog, Charlie. Can you say hi?
Hi,
Charlie!
Charlie. Hi, Charlie.
Charlie! Come here. Say hi to everybody. Anyway, waiting because Kira's supposed to be our Devo girl. And funny thing, I don't know why this happened, but last week the YouTube video, the what do you call it, replay or the recording, it
Mm-hmm.
got taken down by YouTube and it said that I violated the rules.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, it said something about using an address. I used somebody's address or something like I shared personal information or something like that. The only thing I can think of is, well, I better not say it because it might get it taken down again. But Janine had said something. Maybe you'll remember what she said. Anyway, it was like, is that why they took that down? I have no idea. So, anyway, sorry if you didn't get a recording last week. But anyway, we will be home in just a couple of hours. Hallelujah. And Natalie, I had one of your girls from your Facebook party reach out to me. So remind me to chat with you about that. Don't let me
Yeah,
forget.
she reached out to me too. So
Okay. I was like, was I supposed to send that? And I didn't. So I don't know. If you sent me her address and I was supposed to do that, I probably need her address again.
okay.
So, because it's gotten lost in the.
A lot has happened since then.
Yeah, exactly. It's been lost in the whole thing. Well, Kira is our Devo girl tonight, and I just confirmed with her a little bit ago that she was hopping on. So we'll do a few announcements and then hopefully she'll be on. First of all, PCP deadline is this week. Everybody ready for that? Got that on your calendar? Awesome. April 17th. So today's the 14th,
What?
right?
No, isn't it the 15th, like tomorrow?
No, it is. Let me look to
It
make
is the
sure.
It's the
17th.
17th.
You've got it on the April calendar.
It's always the 17th.
It's April 17th is the deadline, and then the book mails out May 7th. So you can also put that on your calendar. May 7th, it mails out, usually arrives in 7 to 10 business days. And there will be a free sample inside, of course. So
While
yeah,
supplies last.
also $20 starter kit is continuing for the month of April, which is so exciting. So who do you know? Oh, yay, CJ. She said she already did it. I'll be doing mine tomorrow. What was I just saying? Oh, $20 starter kit. So who do you know that maybe has been on your team or has always wanted to be on your team? Those are people you want to reach out to this week and invite them to be a part of the $20 starter kit option. Now, if they want to do the whole kit, it's actually 80 plus 20, so it's $100, which is cheaper than it's been before. So, and that is, a lot of product. I'll post this flyer so you can see all the things. I did just post a lot of things, some Easter ideas that I'm going to go through tonight. I posted some miracle set flyers. I posted also some retinization things that we're going to go over tonight. So be sure that you go to our Facebook page and check those things out. All right, Kira is on. Kira, I'm going to let you take it over.
All right. Hi, everybody. All right. So tonight, the theme is going to be about the woman who anointed Jesus' feet. So kind of the theme is extravagance. And so we're going to, with it being Easter time and just with the way she prepared Jesus, I feel like that this might be a good way for us just to take a moment and look and see how a woman honored Christ as he was going to the cross. And so anyway, I'm going to read real quickly. We'll start in Mark 14, 1 through 9, and then I've got just a quick devotional. Now the Passover and the festival of unleavened bread were only 2 days away, and the chief priests and the teachers of the law were scheming to arrest Jesus secretly and kill him. But not during the festival, they said, or the people may riot. While he was in Bethany, reclining at the table in the home of Simon the leper, a woman came with an alabaster his head. Some of those present were saying indignantly to one another, "Why this waste of perfume? It could have been sold for more than a year's wages and the money given to the poor." And they rebuked her harshly. "Leave her alone," said Jesus. "Why are you bothering her? She has done a beautiful thing to me. The poor you will always have with you, and you can help them any time you want, but you will not always have me. She did what she could. She poured perfume on my body beforehand to prepare for my burial. Truly, I tell you, wherever the gospel is preached throughout the world, what she has done will also be told in memory of her." So, the theme of this devotional is called A New Normal when we move from information to revelation. That evening, Simon saw Jesus as a rabbi, an opponent, and perhaps a curiosity. The woman, however, saw Jesus as her savior.
Did we lose her?
Forgiven her past, transformed her present, and created a brand new future.
Kara, I think we keep losing you, honey.
I thought it was me.
I thought it was me too.
Must be a good devotion. Satan doesn't want us to hear it.
Yep, that's right. That is right.
She dropped out.
Dang it.
Yeah, I actually was getting ready to send out the text today, and I was like, wow, it's Easter week. Can't believe it. It's crazy. Spring, did you get your text earlier than 7:50? Good. Every time I send that, I'm like, I gotta get that sent now before it's too late for spring. There she is. There you are.
I'm so sorry. I don't know what happened. Okay. All right.
Just lost reception.
Yeah. All right. When it comes to the world of faith and worship, this is a trap we can easily fall into. We settle for information rather than pursuing revelation. We find out stuff about Jesus rather than encountering him personally. With information, we know what we are supposed to do, but with revelation, we know what to do and just do it. If information alone rules our lives, everything we do for God will have that have to element. Revelation transforms our actions into want to expressions of love. I've discovered that adoration follows appreciation. The definition of appreciate is to recognize fully the worth of something. It's not just a matter of information, it's revelation. When we suddenly get something for ourselves, something changes within us. Not only that, but the value of that thing or person we appreciate changes too. It has been said that worship follows wonder. We can't worship off the back of someone else's wonder. We have to be consumed with wonder ourselves in order to worship God with meaning and extravagance. We'll never excuse me, it jumped on me. We'll never cross the line until we see it for ourselves. I am thankful for the information of others, but when it comes to a lifestyle of extravagance, there is no substitute for seeing it with our own eyes. We'll never adore until we appreciate. Like the woman, we need to see Jesus for who he is for ourselves. Like Paul, let's pray that the Father will give us the spirit of wisdom and revelation so that we may know him better. Knowing about him will move us, but knowing him will transform us. If we see by him, by revelation as he is, then extravagance will become our new normal. So
I
that,
love that.
yeah.
And it is so true. Like, I mean, truly, you can't really experience something through somebody else. You have, like, have you ever tried to share pictures of like a vacation or, an experience that you had? It's just like, just doesn't do it justice, right? I mean, it's the same thing with the relationship with Jesus Christ, is that you truly have to experience that on your own to understand and experience it. You can't experience it through somebody else. And that's a really great reminder this week. And you know what? That even goes for our products too. Like, they're going to fall in love with the products when they experience them rather than us just telling them about them, right? I mean, sometimes people will try them based on our word or based on our tutorial or whatever, but they're truly not going to fall in love with the product until they use it or try it, right? It's the same lesson for sure. Any other thoughts on that? Thank you, Kira.
You're welcome.
Perfect for this week. All right. Let me give a quick reminder for our 360-degree success challenge, which is this month. This QR code or the link will take you to the recordings. The recordings are anywhere from 10 minutes with my noise. About, but hopefully it's worth the listen. And then next Tuesday night, Mary Pink Community Night to 8 p.m. And we're going to talk about the lessons that you learned over. So if you live local, that you'll join us next Tuesday. 10 words the studio is adding short on. If you do 15 faces before Tuesday night,
DJ, you in charge now. Oh, goodness.
I'm in charge now? Why am I in charge?
Because Jen got
I
kicked.
heard that. I'm back. Hopefully you can hear me. Okay. Did you guys see anything I said about the three?
No.
You might turn your camera off, Jen, because you're not good.
Okay, thanks. How about I'll do that. Okay, can you see the picture?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's the challenge for the month of April. You can use QR code or you can use the link to hear the recordings. There's 26 recordings. There's a tracking sheet for faces and for the trainings. And they're a month long. And when you listen to the recordings and fill out the Google form, you will get from me. Next Tuesday night is our local pink community night from 6 to 8 p.m. And hear me?
It's muffled, kind of
Yeah,
garbled.
okay, good. It's unstable. So if you guys lose me, talk about the retinol. Anyone who's experienced the retinol or any ideas that you could do for the month of April. That I posted. I'll go on until you lose me. Hopefully we'll have the whole way. It's clear skies, so hopefully we're good. Anyway, 15 faces, you earn your seat at the community night. Otherwise, it's $10 and it goes towards our studio expenses. So look for the tracking on Facebook for that. Anybody have any questions on the 360 challenge and the recordings and the tracking sheet? Anybody have any questions on any of that?
We got to fill out the what's up form online, the weekly accomplishment sheet to count for the faces. Is that how you track those? For you knowing us?
No, there's a face tracker. There's an album on our Facebook page. You can just use a note page if you want, or you can actually use the tracking sheet and then take a picture of it. Either way is totally fine.
You gave us one, so I've got one. We're good.
Yep.
Perfect. Awesome.
Yep. All right, let's talk about ideas for April. Does anybody like to do blessing bags? I love blessing bags. I think they're super fun. And this week of Easter is a really great week to do that. Now, I just posted these in an album that says Easter Ideas. Okay, you take a bag of Easter eggs, put some candy in it, and cut up these strips of paper, and you can put your name and number on them, or you could say text Easter to your phone number for the special or whatever. You can make up your own, but this is just a quick idea. Take up little Easter eggs and then pass them out. You can put samples in them, you can put candy in them, and they become and I think it's super fun. I'm going to try to do it as well. And everybody, so I thought I also have the so for the month of April, of course, we have Stress Awareness Day. So tonight we're going to talk a little bit about de-stressing and on that. That's something that you can do on the community page, on your customer page. Also, look, we've got Superhero Day. Who doesn't love superheroes, right? So you could pass out little baggies or blessing bags for Supergirls, right? And also Administrative Professional Day. So you can bless those in your office or those in your church office. that you're around, and you can bless the admin professionals with some treats and get their name and number and invite them to our spa suites, right? Thursday night, which would be a great thing anyway, just to invite them, text them, or Facebook message them, social media, and say, hey, it's Edmond Professional Day. I would love to invite you to our special spa suites. Get your opinion, and I'll give you, maybe you have extra lipsticks, or you have extra liners, or maybe you just want to give them a $10 gift card or something like that, or that you could just do a half price item, one half price item for coming. Don't feel like you have to give away a bunch of stuff, but you can give away something to entice them to come. And then, of course, May, I did also post this, okay? Before we got on, I posted all of this stuff, so I made sure I did it. But coming up for May, which I know you're going to want to get prepared for, is May 1st, of course, May Day. And then Star Wars, May the 4th be with you. Cinco de Mayo, Children's Mental Health Awareness Day, Lupus Day, Mother's Day, International Day of Families, National Bike to Work Day.
Kirk's Day.
Oh, May 2nd is Kirk's Day. Yes, it's his birthday. International Museum Day. These just crack me up. Memorial Day, of course, No Tobacco Day. Some fun things in there for you to celebrate with people. Whatever, hits your fancy, take it and run with it. Celebrate something in the month of April and the month of May, just to meet people and invite them to our virtual spa suites. Okay, anybody have any questions on those? Take my camera, put my camera on.
I just printed them.
I don't look wonky. Nope. Now I'm bouncing. I know, it's bouncy. You know roads. We're in Clinton, Missouri. CJ says, happy early birthday, Kirk.
Thank you.
Okay, let's talk about retinol for our product knowledge of the night. Everybody familiar with retinol? So your retinol is probably one of my most favorite products in our line. And the reason is because I deal with cystic acne, and of course I'm getting wrinkles. So retinol kicks both of those to the sideline. So I love retinol. In fact, I use it every day now. Now, probably closer to summer when I'm outside a lot, I probably won't use it because it does make your skin more susceptible to burns. But this is the protocol. I did make an album with these pictures in them. I actually had a consultant reach out to me today and ask about the retinol. And I was like, I haven't talked about the retinol in a long time. That's what I'll do, because I hadn't made it home yet. So I was trying to figure out what to do for product knowledge. And I thought this might be really helpful for you guys. So weeks 1 and 2, now this is the retinization process, which is 8 weeks. And 8 weeks does sound like a lot of time, but for most people, they're either sensitive or their skin's not used to it. And so the retinization process is really important. Kirk and I were both on Retin-A when we were in college age 20s for severe acne. He was actually on it when he was in high school. Accutane. And didn't you use Retin-A too? Retin-A was the topical at that time. I was on Accutane plus the Retin-A, and it would literally make my face so red, and then I would peel sheets of skin off my face, and your lips would crack because it was so strong that everything just got red, and it like exfoliate your skin, that your skin was like coming off. It was disgusting. Yeah, Kirk lost fingernails. It makes you susceptible to like suicide and depression. So these acne drugs are very, very serious. And our retinol is a dermocosmetic. So it is a product that's going to be next to the products that a doctor can prescribe. So it's a very strong product, and you have to have special manufacturing equipment and tools to be able to manufacture the retinol and the boosters, any of the dermacosmetics, the dynamic wrinkle limiter. So I don't think you guys realize how special that it is that we actually can produce this product, especially for a company that is not a public company and not not a company that is retail market. This is huge. So it's really important that you know how to use this. Now, if you go to My Customers, you can go to the app, or you can go to In Touch, where it has the My Customers in it. You actually can track the retinization weeks through the My Customer app or on My Customers, so that your customers get like notifications through email of what week they're on and how to handle the week. Or you could put them on a drip campaign if you have Project Broadcast or something like that. But basically, weeks 1 and 2, they're using 1 pump of the retinol and 1 pump of the Restore milk, the calming milk. And they're going to like combine it for 2 weeks, 1 time per week for 2 weeks. Okay. They're going to put it together. And this is actually going to be one of the very first products they put on your skin, because remember, anything that goes deeper goes on first. So retinol is going to be a deeper product, and so it's going to go on right away. So weeks 1 and 2, you're going to put the milk and the retinol. Then week 3 and 4, you're going to put on the retinol first, and then you're going to put the calming milk on afterwards. Okay. Then week 5 and 6, okay, so both 1 through 4, weeks 1 through 4, you're only doing 1 time per week. Then when you get to weeks 5 and 6, you're going to go twice per week. 1 pump of the retinol, and then the calming milk. Now this says 2 pumps of the calming milk. I've never had them do 2 pumps of that. So I think it just kind of depends on them. If they feel like it's still itchy, or if it feels like it's burning, then they can definitely use 2 pumps of the calming milk. And definitely avoiding the eye area is really important. Okay. And it also makes a note here that you want to have 2 to 3 days between applications. So you wouldn't want to use it Monday and Tuesday. You would want to do like Monday, Thursday. Okay. So at least there's a few days in between. Okay. Then weeks 7 and 8, they're going to add another day. So 3 to 5 times per week, apply 1 pump of the retinol and then a pump of the calming milk. Now by week 7 and 8, I have them kind of test their skin. Like if you can use the retinol and it's not itching or burning, you don't have to use the milk unless you feel like you need to. But definitely remind them not to use the retinol like the night before and then be in the sun that day, because their skin is exfoliating to a deeper level that it's going to be more susceptible to burning. So that's really important. Okay, so that is the protocol. Then let me share with you some reminders. I don't know why I took that off, but okay, retinization reminders. Wait 5 to 10 minutes after cleansing your face to let
Can't see
natural
that.
oil. What? I'm sorry.
We can't see that. All we see is your file folder.
Okay. Can you see it now?
Sure can.
All right, thanks. Okay, so wait 5 to 10 minutes after cleansing. Let the natural oils return to the surface, which will decrease reaction. Only use 1 pump of the retinol. Using more may increase temporary reactions and won't improve results. Temporary redness, dryness, and flakiness might occur during the retinization process. Use facial milk as often as needed, even on top of foundation during the day if necessary. Okay, so I'm just going to do a little plug for the facial milk, because what has happened in the past is I've had people buy both of them, for the set, and then they have like a ton of the milk left because they didn't need it. You guys, the milk is so great for anything like bug bites, rashes, itchiness. It's a calming milk. So it's going to help skin calm. Any kind of burns or itchiness or redness or bites or anything like that, the calming milk is great for that. The uh, after sun replenishing gel, how it feels calming, that is what the calming milk does as well. So during the retinization process, do not use any exfoliators like microdermabrasion, facial peel, or any mask, any topical vitamin C products, clear proof acne products, hydrogel eye patches, or the Skin Vigorous Skin Care Brush. Reintroduce these products gradually after the retinization process is complete. If your skin is sensitive more through the retinization process, then go more slowly. Apply eye cream right after cleansing before retinol. Do not apply retinol around the eye area. Do not use when pregnant or nursing. Do not use 1 week prior to surgery requiring general anesthetic. Do not use 3 days before brows or facial waxing. And does not replace skincare routine. You still need to have a good skincare routine. Retinol is sensitive to heat and light. Do not leave in a hot car. Okay, so those are just some reminders. I did post all of those in our Facebook group. Does anybody have any questions? Who uses it already and loves it?
I don't use it as much as I probably should. Once in a blue moon, I use it.
I love it. I love it. I literally use it every night. It is great for uneven skin tone. Spring, you asked about spots, age spots, sunspots, retinization, or the retinol is going to be the most powerful for that as well. The brightness booster is going to help with that as well. But it's going to be a deep exfoliant helping with fine lines, wrinkles, sunspots, age spots. A personal benefit that I have received from it, and a lot of other people have. What happens is when you get cystic acne, if you're familiar with what cystic acne is, it's blood. So that is why when you have cystic acne, the doctor wants to put you in a high dose of antibiotics because your bloodstream has toxins in it. So it's trying to clean out your bloodstream with the antibiotics, but they're so strong that they're dangerous for your body. When I was on the Accutane, I had to take a pregnancy test every single week because it was so strong that it could abort a child or it could cause birth defects. So these medications are absolutely so strong and dangerous to your body, but people are using them because they're desperate. And this is another way that people can get the same benefit without it harming your body. So so it's going to help with that as a bonus as well. Okay, any questions?
I have a question about the boosters.
Okay.
Has anyone had any customers or used the vitamin C booster at all? Have you experienced any issues with it?
I have not personally.
Specifically the line reducer one?
Okay, so the resurfacer is the only booster that I had any trouble using. Um, but I haven't had anyone who uses any of the boosters have any problems.
So
Are they experiencing problems with it?
I've experienced a problem with it.
Okay.
So I didn't retinize. I have a very sensitive skin. It was just not something that I chose to do, but I had added it into my regular skincare to apply this booster. And for about 3 days, my face was red. Not burning, not hot, just really red.
Okay.
So,
Well, the resurfacer is going to have, it's going to have some, because it's a resurfacer, it's going to have some exfoliating properties to it. So, did you discontinue use or use it like every couple of days for a while?
I was only using it once a week, and at this point, I've kind of dropped using it to
Okay.
avoid dealing with the really red face.
Yeah, I would say it may just not be a product that your skin likes. So, what were you using it for? What results were you wanting to see?
Well, I have sleep apnea, and I have lines from my CPAP mask on my face, and I was trying to just, keep that youthful look going because
Yeah,
who wants to see a
and your skin.
32-year-old with lines on their face?
Yeah. Now, are they mostly on your cheeks or forehead? Where are the lines at?
Cheeks, just below my eye is where
Okay.
you can see them the most, but it's like there and then right in line with my jaw.
Okay, I would try the dynamic wrinkle limiter because I have found that it's no, I haven't found anyone that's had any issues with it, and you can use it morning and night, so you're going to see results faster. Um, it's made mostly for like your temple area, your forehead, and your 11s between your eyes. So if it gets much lower than that, like around your mouth, it's supposedly doesn't work well because the skin is so different. It's made mostly for the upper part of the skin. But I would try that first because I think you'd see better results and I don't think you'd have any issues with that. I would still like maybe do it once and then try it the next day before you try it morning and night every day. Like give yourself some time in between just to make sure. But I think that would be a really, really great option for that, specifically for wrinkles.
Okay, thank you for the recommendation. I appreciate it.
Yeah, and I can go through, in fact, I've been trying to figure out what I want to do for training the next few weeks, and we can go through the other dermacosmetics in the next few weeks. Like we've got the boosters and we've got the dynamic wrinkle limiter. I can definitely go through those products in the next few weeks because I think those are really great products that we mostly don't really know much about. And the boosters, you really shouldn't have to have a retinization process with them. They're not strong enough that you should have to have any retinization with them, but there is a protocol in what products you use them with and what order. So I'll find that information and we'll go through that in the next couple of weeks. Okay, let's talk about National De-Stressing Day, which is coming up in just a couple of days. So I have a few ideas. First of all, is there any one of you guys that do any kind of breathing techniques? I hate it that you can't see me, but you can visualize me, I guess. I'm smiling. Anybody do any kind of breathing techniques? Okay, when I was studying, OCJ said yes. Awesome. You want to tell us what you do?
So it really depends on my environment. If I have a moment to actually calm down and take a good couple of deep breaths, I will. But sometimes I just have to do, hold it for 5 seconds and then let it out. And I can just kind of feel myself relax and
Yeah.
de-stress and keep moving forward. As somebody who has dealt with high functioning anxiety and depression her entire life, you look for easier coping mechanisms. And that's definitely one of the ways to cope and keep moving forward.
Yeah, that's great. I love that. Thanks for sharing, CJ. Yeah, I was first introduced to to breathing exercises a few months ago. I don't know if you guys remember going through Donna Winship's Yahweh breathing, and basically you inhale the word Yah, and then you hold it, and then you breathe out way. So Yahweh, and you breathe in and you breathe out. And I actually use that a lot, especially, I don't know about any of you guys, but sometimes when I lay down at night, if I can't get my mind off of something or I feel stressed when I lay down, sometimes I have trouble relaxing to go to sleep. And so I'll do that Yahweh breathing when I lay down. And of course, any other time during the day when I'm, feeling anxious. I don't always remember, but when I do remember, it does really help. And I asked ChatGPT today what other kind of breathing styles there were. And what I got back was box breathing, which is inhaling 4, holding 4, and then exhaling 4. That's called box breathing, 4, 4, 4, and 4. It's great for calming nerves. And then 4-7-8, which is what Donna Winship was teaching with the Yahweh breathing, which is inhale 4, hold for 7, and exhale 8. And this is supposed to help with sleep. This helps with sleep. And then Wim Hof method, which is like deep breathing, and it's supposed to help with energizing and immune boosting. And then breath of fire, which is fast energizing breath, which is often used in yoga. So I think sometimes, do you guys ever get a notification on your watch, if you have an Apple Watch, that says take a minute and breathe, or breathe? It just like has this like sign for you to breathe, or breathe slowly or whatever. I do tend to get those sometimes. It tells me to start breathing. But what this intentional breathing does is it helps reduce stress and anxiety. It improves focus and mental clarity. It boosts your mood and energy, lowers blood pressure, and supports immunity. And Kirk is working on his breathing right now, if you can hear him over there. Because he's trying to stay awake. Breath work is intentional breathing, different patterns and rhythms that help calm your mind, release stress, and boost your energy. And it's a great way, like CJ was saying, to calm yourself and to reduce your cortisol levels. It's also a great way to reduce anxiety. And so that's your first de-stressing tip. And the second tip is digital detox. So taking regular breaks from your screen to help reduce stress, anxiety, and help sleep quality. I can't say that I do this 100% of the time, but especially for the kids, when they had phones and lived at home, they did not take their phones into their bedrooms. We had a rule where they had to leave their phones on the kitchen counter, plug them in there, and their phones weren't allowed in their rooms. And so when they went to bed at night, it was usually 30 minutes to an hour before they were, getting ready for bed. So they had, up to an hour where they didn't have any screen time before they go to bed. And I think that is really important. I can't say that I do that all the time, but I do try to have an hour of no screen time before I go to bed, because that does help reduce your stress. And even just times like sitting at the table when you're eating with your family, not have your phones there. It's okay not to message someone back right away. Um, even if it's a couple of hours. And you guys know, if I'm busy, I'm not going to return your message until I know I have time to message you. And it's not because you're not important to me, and it's not because you're not a priority. It's just because I'm with somebody else and I want to be present with that person when I'm there. And I can't say that that's 100% of the time that I'm not like that, but I don't always message people right back because I'm not always on my phone, especially like this week. We were in Wisconsin, and we were helping someone get a CTO chapter going, and so we had a sportsman's night and tour and grand opening. We had an outing. I was cooking all weekend. I was mentoring the outfitter's wife, and we had a vision meeting. And so it was busy for 4 days, and I was tired. And so it was hard sometimes to message people back, even my own father, my own daughters, because sometimes it was late or early when I actually had a minute to answer people. But I always get back to people. And sometimes I will read a message, and if it's not vitally important, I will make it new, and then I'll come back to it when I have more time, or if it requires a long answer, I'll come back to it because I don't have time to give it the enough attention at that point. So I think it's important that you create some boundaries with your computer, with your phone, with all those things, because sometimes they can take us to a place of more stress and more anxiety, and that's not what they're built for. Your phones and your computers are made to help you and to create more ease and joy and not stress. And so sometimes we can create more stress by having them with us all the time, right? So anybody else do anything to detox? And maybe that's just every breakfast, lunch, and dinner you don't have your phone with you, right? Or maybe it's one thing that Kirk and I have been doing is when I get done at 9 o'clock at night, usually Mondays, Tuesdays, usually even Wednesdays after I do the prize patrol, Thursday nights, by 9 o'clock, I'm pretty much like done. That's when unless I have to return a message or something, I put my phone away, plug it in, put it away. We watch a show, and then we get ready for bed. And it's kind of been a great way to just kind of detox from the day and calm myself down to get ready for bed. So having some boundaries for yourself and your family is really important. Teenagers especially, because they're consumed by them, as y'all know. So anybody else do anything that works really well for them as far as digital detoxing or breathing exercises? You might get a good idea, something that you could add to your daily regimen. They're quiet.
We're all sleeping, Jen. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
I was just thinking.
Sleeping.
I was just thinking, like, I know this sounds really strange, but I have a really good friend of mine, and we don't get to talk very often, but when we do, it's always this big joke about, we always get into this biblical conversation. He always jokes with me about it. But that's almost detoxing, because he and I, we just talk back and forth, and he'll go, well, what do you think about this? And then it just takes us in this other realm of,
Yeah.
we're not really doing like this Bible study, but we just kind of banter back and forth. And it is almost detoxing, because you're focusing on Jesus and you're not focusing on anything of the world. And I'm definitely not like, you know, I'm definitely the farthest thing from a good little Christian woman that I should be. But, I just know when he and I talk, we can end up talking for an hour to an hour and a half. And by the time we like are done, it's like, okay, I can go to bed now. I mean, it's just, even though we've talked back and forth about a lot of stuff and usually are popping out our Bibles and looking up different verses, it's just very, I don't want to say relaxing, but it just gives you that sense of peace. Like,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
it's weird
I
though.
love that. True conversation one-on-one judgment, it can really be fulfilling and detoxing at the same time, for sure. I love that. CJ suggested be a sunflower. Go stand outside for a few minutes, close your eyes, and absorb the warmth of the sun. I totally do that. Like lunch, if it's a really nice day, I love to go sit out on my back. I'll even do out there for a couple of hours and take a to just sit out. It calls that happening in the winter. It's not as fun in the winter because it's too cold, but that's cute. I love that. All right. Well, we went over just a tad, but I appreciate all of you. If you would be willing to do our devotion next week, will you please type in that you'll do our Devo next week? Anyone willing to? Thanks, Natalie. Awesome. Okay. You weren't supposed to do it today, were you? No? Okay, good. I was like, did I get that wrong? I didn't have anybody written down. Sometimes I forget to write them down.
It
So.
worked that Kira did it because I didn't have anything.
Okay,
I was like, I think I volunteered, but I didn't remember if we said a date.
Okay, perfect.
Thanks.
Monday is great. Monday is great. Okay, everybody smile. All right, awesome. Hopefully this one recorded and people can see the playback. All right, I love you guys. Have a great Easter week, and I pray blessings on all of you. Love y'all. I'm waving.
Have a safe